you know how I like running this operation here. I like having
a tight fist.
Well, I like having an open workplace where we all like each other, and if there's any issues that are brought up, you come to me and I handle them.
I got a lot of problems with these people.
Right?
A lot of problems with you people.
Kroger.
I got a lot of problems.
So, if there's airing of grievances, we like to do it without the feats of strength. That's all I'm saying.
It's a Festivus miracle.
So, we do have a poll in the back, though, if we do need it.
And there are some people, around here who understand what I'm about and what I like before I ask for things, which I appreciate, Like, for instance, when I just walk around the hallways and scream, "Bring me Fassbender," and look who's on the third hour of the program. Right? You know what I mean? Michael Fassbender.
Yeah, that I mean?
Boom. Star of the latest Soderbergh movie, Black Bag. Boom. For instance. But that means I also know who works here, and they know me and what makes me tick. And when I say I have an open door policy, I literally leave the green room door open. Sometimes it's closed. But when it is, I open it up again.
Where's this going?
That's what I'm kind of wondering.
I'm wondering what I did wrong.
No, you didn't do anything wrong. I'm just saying that when you say I have an open door policy, you need to mean it. And I'm assuming the owner of the Cleveland Browns, Jimmy Haslam, has told somebody once upon a time, and at any point in time, I've got an open door policy around here. and certainly if it involves the most, one would say, important employee that you got.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You see where I'm going with this now?
Employee 95?
Mm-hmm. Employee 95.
Yes,
even though Employee 95 has said, I don't want to be an employee of yours anymore.
No.
But, yeah. Tom Pelissero, who's our second hour guest, lobbed this one out there for the universe to see, saying that Myles Garrett recently requested a meeting with owner Jimmy Haslam, and who declined to speak amidst Garrett's trade request. Both sides are dug in. Cleveland refuses to even discuss the trade while Garrett's preparing to miss games if he's not traded. Myles Garrett has made clear since the end of last season he wants to continue his Hall of Fame career elsewhere. The Browns organization, from ownership to GM to coach, is aligned on its offseason plan, which does not include trading Myles Garrett. Stay tuned. And you put that up one more time. The photograph that Tom used, if there is a photograph that says, "My door is closed to you, sir," he chose wisely of Jimmy Haslam. I will not speak with you.
Tom's Google search was for that.
Yeah, look.
Grumpy
the
old man.
grumpiest photograph of
Jimmy Haslam
you could find, and then one of Garrett just looking, saying, "Please, may I talk, sir? Can we please talk,
Papa?
Listen,
Papa." Yeah, that's a perfect news story.
Listen, we all know in this world what a negotiation looks like, and we all know what a hard ball stance looks like. We get it, all right? And we all know that things eventually get worked out, certainly when it involves a superstar athlete like Myles Garrett. Let's not forget, Lamar Jackson asked for a trade from the Baltimore Ravens, okay? And that happened as the coach was sitting in a chair at an owner's meeting with the entire national media around him. He hit send just at that very moment. And things worked out for Lamar. Lamar got what he wanted. He said he wanted a trade, but he ended up getting the contract to stay put, which made sense. Matthew Stafford. It made sense for him to stay with the Rams. They allowed him to go search for what he wanted to search for. And what ended up happening is what both sides wanted. The issue is that this situation is neither of those situations. Neither of them. Because Myles Garrett does not consider returning to Cleveland an option anymore. Because it doesn't matter. Hey, Myles, we drafted Cam Ward. We drafted Travis Hunter. Hey, Myles, we're going to get you Kirk Cousins. Okay, then what next? What next? Because the Deshaun Watson acquisition has so cap-strung this team that Myles Garrett knows when Deshaun went down with an Achilles, he knows that there's no way out of this situation that he could foresee right now and before the season, before he even sticks around to see if it can blossom into a Jaden Daniels Commanders situation. That it's going to be until he's in his early 30s before this stuff maybe even works out. And then what? And then what? And he's trying to go to the owner of the team to basically say face to face, man to man, me and you, let's leave all the other people aside since you're the owner of the team and you are the one who can eventually make this decision and tell the GM and tell the coach this is the way it is. Because they're not going to do anything unless you say so. So I'm just coming straight to you. We're cutting the BS here. I'm going to tell something to you. You're going to hopefully listen to it, and I'm going to take my swing. And the owner of the team says no. He says, no, we are not going to talk. Now, screw it. I'm going to tell this story. When I was leaving ESPN, and I was thinking I wasn't leaving ESPN, back in 2003, I met with a very high-ranking executive there who was the one to make the decisions. And I cut out all the middlemen and middlewomen. And I went straight to this person who wanted me to only do sports centers. That's it. That's all this person wanted me to do. That's it. And I wanted to do other things. Case in point, this show. I envisioned doing something similar to this. I didn't know what it was back in 2003, but I knew I wanted to do something other than just, hey, here's John Clayton with Peak Performers, or hey, here's another highlight. I loved doing it. It was amazing. And I never wanted to leave it completely, but I wanted to do more than that because I felt I had more in me. I felt this was an opportunity in my career I couldn't pass up. And I wanted to advocate for that. So I went to dinner and I told this executive, I swear, I'm telling you story. I don't think I've ever told this story before, and I'll tell it. I said to this executive, look at Robin Roberts, what she's become for the company, having left SportsCenter. I used Fowler and Tirico. They're voices of college football and
good ones.
I'm trying to remember. In 2003 was Tirico the voice of football at the NFL yet? Not yet, but he was clearly more than just a SportsCenter anchor. I was pointing, look at what these people have done for the company writ large. Knowing this as you know now, and me telling you I could do this sort of stuff for you. Would you now go back in time knowing this and tell these people the same thing you're telling me, that you cannot do anything else? You can only do SportsCenter? And this executive looked me right in the face and in the eyes and said, yes, I would tell them the same thing. At which point I called Susie on the way home and I'm like, I am dealing with an insane person. Or somebody who is making some sort of a business stance that is completely counter to what I want. And that closed door on me indicated to me, I think this is done here. I don't want it to be, but I think this is done here. Myles Garrett has reached that point. We've played this soundbite over and over again over the last week. This was at the Super Bowl when I said to him, hey, what if this doesn't go your way? Having asked out, here was his answer. I know this is a what if question, but what if the Browns say no? We want you to stay. We want you to be part of this thing. We do believe in the plan that we have. We do believe that this plan will work. We do need you to help this plan work, and you do have 2 years left. Like, what if that happens, Myles?
I mean, it's possible. No, they could do that, but no, that's a little bit further down the line. I'm willing to look. I know things have changed, night by night, and I'm sure people are calling and hopefully making some tempting offers, but I'm grateful for my opportunity, and I know that recently no one stuck to one team, seeing Luka. So I'm see what happens.
He's now reached the point. If Jimmy Haslam says we're not talking, talk to the general manager. He's reached the point, and now it's up to him to turn up the heat. It's coming. And how the Browns don't see this, like, do they really think we're going to show him how we mean business, and then he's going to want to be here even after he tried to man-to-man, face-up, talk to the owner, and the owner says no? That this is all going to turn out all right? I still, just to go back to my situation, I was still wanted to stay at ESPN. I never thought I would ever leave that place. And yada, 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 I got a cardboard box. I think Myles wants the cardboard box, and he's going to have to force his way to go get it. It's that simple. He's going to have to he doesn't want to do the holdout thing. He wants to know now. He wants to be able to hit the ground running. He wants to make sure that he's got the best opportunity to wind up in a spot to make him most successful. And by doing that, he's got to do it before the new league year hits, because cap space gets eaten up and draft picks might be traded for other commodities to move up, move down, and that removes possibilities for him to be acquired off the table. And so it's a game of chicken, and one in which I don't know what's the Brown scenario. Like I said earlier, is it like a Beauty and the Beast thing where we'll just hold you captive and you'll come around, and we'll sing songs, you know, and it'll be kumbaya, roll credits. Really? Or this is the one guy who can reverse the worst acquisition and contract that's kind of put you in this position. The bet you made on Deshaun Watson, in your mind, when you made it, was supposed to pay off right now. When Myles Garrett is in his late 20s, in the prime of his career, and he's leading the team on defense to a championship because Deshaun Watson's doing everything that you hoped he would. And instead, that thing just absolutely bottoms out, craps out, and you're in this situation, and you can actually trade him. The fan base will understand it. Though it might be like, here we go again. The Browns can't have anything good, so let's try again. But you can make the capital back draft-wise by getting rid of him and having none of this stuff. And you're not painted as some guy who's got a closed-door policy, with a photograph associated with it. Or you're like,
get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn.
You damn kids.
Just do it.
It's like we could read the time, like the clock's on the wall. It's ticking. I know it's not midnight yet. Like, when is it going to be midnight for the Browns? When Myles Garrett doesn't show up at training camp? Is that it? Week 1, week 2? You're going to go out there week 1, week 2 with who knows your quarterback, and Myles Garrett is not playing because he's making a point, and you don't have the draft capital for it, and you're not. And now everybody's talking about this still. Nobody wants that. And the clock's on the wall, and it's the alarm's going off, and right now a cuckoo's coming out. Cuckoo. That's my 2 cents. Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.